Hi friends, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you're reading or whenever you're checking out this video. Thank you for clicking over and watching this video. We appreciate that. First of all, I want to let you know that if there's any needs you have, if you live here in Fredericksburg or in the Hill Country, if you can't get out or don't want to get out and you need something, you need groceries, you need help, you need something at your home that needs to be fixed or repaired or anything like that. If you have any needs and you're a member of our local community here, please reach out to the Fredericksburg Tea Party. You know how to find us on Facebook. You've probably got my phone number. You've got our website, fredericksburgteaparty.org. You've got all kinds of places with links that can get you either through email or a phone call or a chat. You can find me, find someone in the Fredericksburg Tea Party, and we'll be more than happy to give you a hand and help you out. So please keep that in mind. And I've got three or four things I want to talk to you about today in this video. We're going to talk a little bit about the importance of supporting our local restaurants. We're going to talk about the City Council and County Commissioners meetings that are happening this week and how you can participate in that. And then very important, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about Texas Public Policy Foundation's workshop called The Road to Recovery, which starts at noon on Monday, April 6th. And so if you're reading this before noon, Monday, April 6th, then you can check in live at texaspolicy.com. I'm sure they'll also have those available for rebroadcast. So those are some of the things we're going to talk to you about today. Number one, support your local restaurants. I was just on the phone with a friend whose wife works at a local restaurant. She's out of a job right now. And we all know bartenders, we all know waiters, waitresses, dish boys, cooks, all these kind of people right now that we know that support our local industry, that we really, as a city, we couldn't get along without the fine restaurants that we have here locally. And so in order for those people who've all been laid off, all those waiters and waitresses and bartenders, in order for them to have a job to come back to, the restaurants need to make it through this time. Restaurants operate on a very, very narrow profit margin, and a restaurant can only afford to stay open if a restaurant is always open. And so during this time, if you want these restaurants to be here when this period is over, if you want those people to have jobs to come back to, we must support those restaurants while they are during this crazy circumstances. And I was driving around town yesterday and I noticed that Backwoods Barbecue had all set up for curbside delivery, and when I went by there about lunch on Friday, they had two lines of vehicles out there, and I noticed there were at least two local police cars, maybe sheriffs, I couldn't tell, or got the bubbles on them, but they were there getting lunch. And so support our local restaurants during this time. Go out a little bit more than you usually do. Gail and I, we are not big eater-outers, but we're going to make it a point during these times to at least once a week go eat at a restaurant, get curbside delivery from a restaurant, and support these local businesses and help keep them alive during these times, so that when we are done with this, that they will still be there, and the waiters and waitresses and the people that you know that depend on these restaurants will have a job to go back to. So I want to encourage you to please support these restaurants that are doing curbside delivery during this time. All right, City Council and the County Commissioners, Gillespie County Commissioners and the City Council of Fredericksburg are both having meetings this week. Monday, the 6th of April, in the afternoon around 3 o'clock, the City of Fredericksburg is having their City Council meeting. And the City of Fredericksburg, I doff my hat to them. I take off my bandana to them. They have done an amazing job. The City Council, the mayor have done an amazing job of making sure that their meetings are open to the public, that they follow all open meeting laws. And there are numerous ways that you can participate in this meeting without attending. You can even have your input. You can ask questions. And all of this is available on the same newsletter that you clicked on to be watching this video. Go back to that newsletter and you will find a link to give you all the information on the City of Fredericksburg's City Council meeting, which will take place Monday afternoon. It's either 3 or 3:30, but you'll find that on their website. And you can also find all your ways to participate. If you do have a question or a comment that you would like to add, don't wait till the last minute to figure out how to do that. You want to get those in ahead of time. In fact, I believe the deadline for those is possibly an hour before the meeting starts. So check into that if you're interested. You can participate in the meeting, watch the meeting online. They've got it all set up. And what's going to happen in this meeting on Monday afternoon is the City Council is going to be deciding whether to postpone the election, the local election, from May 2nd to November to have it line up with the general election. My opinion on this is that they need to move it to November. Incumbents don't want this moved to November. They have so many more people show up in November to vote. They like having incumbents, and your locals like having small turnout, and they're going to, if they really all had their druthers, they would probably have this election on May, but let's hope they move it to November. But you have an opportunity to put your input in that if you want to. So follow the links on our newsletter and have your input ready for the City Council, and get that in so you'll let them know. And by the way, thank them as well for the fine job they're doing of making their meetings available online in such a professional manner. Now let's go to the county commissioners meetings. They are meeting on Tuesday, April the 7th, and they're meeting at 9 in the morning at the courthouse from 9 to noon. They do not have any Zoom. They haven't set up any special things for this. The courtroom is open. I was there 2 weeks ago on Monday, and that was after the judge had said no gatherings of 10 or more, and yet he had a county commissioners meeting that was open to the public. And he said nothing was different, and I went and there was nothing different. And so since they're not taking the initiative to offer you any opportunities to listen or participate online, and I don't know why the county's not doing that, but they're just not. And so the only way to participate with the county is the way you normally would. So you'll have to go to that meeting in person on Tuesday at 9 o'clock at the county commissioners meeting. So that are the two meetings going on this week locally that are very important that you need to plug into. And John will have provided links to those in this newsletter. And by the way, thank you, John. He's doing a great job on the newsletters. And let's see, the second to the last thing I want to talk about is Texas Public Policy Foundation has some tremendous materials that they have been focusing on the road to recovery. And while the rest of us and while the entire country is looking at what's going on right now, our Texas Public Policy Foundation is, all right, this is going to be over sometime soon. We're going to have to be ready to click things open and get things going again. You know, this country is not like a pause button on your DVR. You can't pause the country and then just hit play again and everything be exactly the way it was before. So there's going to have to be a lot of thought, a lot of, who knows what it's going to take to get us open. But I tell you who does have some really good ideas, and that's Texas Public Policy Foundation. And so also on this same newsletter, you will find links to some great commentaries that they have written, editorials they have written, as well as some podcasts that are all focused on the road to recovery. And then this live workshop that's going to be on at noon on Monday. To sign up for that, you need to go to texaspolicy.com. I would suggest going early. Don't wait till noon. Go there right now, figure out what it's going to take to sign into that, and make sure that you get on the list or the notification of Texas Policy, Texas Public Policy Foundation's workshop on the road to recovery. These are just important things. You need to educate yourself and knowing what it's going to take to get back open, and so that You can help others if you have a little bit more knowledge than that, than your average Joe. Then by paying attention to these, you can help other people understand what it is we're going through and what it's going to take to recover, get back on the road to recovery. So that's what I want to encourage you to follow what Texas Public Policy Foundation has been doing. I am going to have several people from Texas Public Policy Foundation on my radio program this week. I know David Balat, who is going to be coming on. He is a medical he is their medical guy up at Texas Public Policy Foundation. And so we're going to be talking with David. I'm also trying to get a hold of some of the people involved in the road to recovery and possibly have them on the air as well this week. So where do you find me on the radio? hillcountrypatriot.com. hillcountrypatriot.com. You can get it streaming, or in the Fredericksburg area, just turn on your FM radio to 102.1 at 9 o'clock Monday through Friday mornings. 9 to 10 Monday through Friday mornings at 102.1 FM in Fredericksburg. If you're down in the Kerrville area, it's 104.3. And if you can't pick up either one of those, then hillcountrypatriot.com. And that's where you can get it streaming. We're still working on getting podcasts. Hopefully those will be up soon. So one more comment before I leave, because I want to send you a link to the church that Gail and I attend, because our preacher, Pastor Jimmy Pruitt, has been doing an outstanding job, I believe, over the last 2 weeks talking about fear. And I just want to ask you a real simple, are you a Christian and are you filled with fear? And if you're a Christian and you're filled with fear at this point in time, Jesus said, "Oh, ye of little faith." And so Pastor Jimmy did some great sermons this Sunday and last Sunday on fear during this crisis. And fear is the opposite of faith. And so I would suggest you go check out bridgefbg.com, bridgefbg.com, and you can find the last two sermons there from Jimmy Pruitt at Bridge Church. And if you're a Christian living in fear right now, you know you don't need to. You do not need to live in fear right now. And Pastor Jimmy can give you some good guidance on that and how to get out of fear. So bridgefbg.com. And folks, again, if you need anything, anybody in the Fredericksburg Tea Party can give you a hand. Just let us know, and we'll be glad. Thanks for tuning in. And by the way, I almost forgot to say it, we're not having a meeting this week, but that's all in the newsletter. But don't worry, we'll be back soon. Thank you.